So let's go ahead and tap while we talk here, and just go ahead and describe what it is you experience when people interrupt you or talk over you or don't listen.
I instantly get upset. I feel disrespected. Feel like they don't really want to hear what I have to say, or that what I'm trying to say doesn't really matter, or I start to feel withdrawn and distant. And I don't even feel like talking at that point.
It looked to me when you were talking a moment ago as though you were recalling an event that happened that was vivid for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
At least a few.
At least a few, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So think about that event, or maybe the accumulation of those events, and then go and give me a number for how upset you are thinking about those.
10.
10, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fine to be at a 10. It's good to be at a 10 because you are recapturing all the emotional intensity of that, and with tapping you can then release all that emotional intensity. So it's fine to be that high number. So let's start with just simple EFT and saying, even though I feel disrespected,
Even though I feel disrespected,
when people interrupt me like that,
when people interrupt me like that,
and then think about that event, I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel disrespected,
Even though I feel disrespected,
so disrespected,
so disrespected,
so very disrespected. Don't talk, just tap, that's okay. I'll talk for you. I deeply and completely accept myself. I'm being disrespected. I still accept myself. I accept myself just the way I am. I accept people the way they are. I accept the world the way it is. And I'm being so disrespected. It does not feel good. Now, you are being Phoenix. Thank you so much. So very disrespectful. People talking over me. People not listening.
people not listening,
Being disrespected.
being disrespected,
And I accept myself.
and I accept myself.
It's tap through all the points. Being disrespected.
Being disrespected,
I accept myself.
accept myself.
Side of the eye. Being so disrespected.
Being so disrespected,
Not being heard.
not being heard,
And I still accept myself.
and I still accept myself,
Even when I'm not being heard.
even when I'm not being heard.
Especially when I'm not being heard.
Especially when I'm not being heard.
I start to feel withdrawn.
I start to feel withdrawn.
I stop talking. I pull into myself. Just tap away. It's okay. Just don't talk, just tap. I feel so withdrawn. I'm so away. change. It might always hurt this badly. That may just be the way I am forever, and I still accept that. Even if it never changes, I still accept myself that way. I don't always get heard, and I accept myself. People ignore me, people disrespect me, people talk over me, people don't listen. I withdraw, I pull away. And I totally accept the situation the way it is. It's happened many times in the past, might happen many times in the future. And I accept myself with things being where they are. You tap your eye points, disrespected, not being heard, side of the eye. Many times I'm being disrespected, not feeling heard, withdrawing to my own silence, not even trying to talk anymore. Why try and talk if you just won't get heard? What's the point of even trying to talk if you just won't be heard? And your arm. Let's do a round of the 9 gamut procedure and see how that does. So tap your gamut point over here. Close your eyes and open them. And keeping your head still, look down hard to the left. Look down hard to the right. Hard to the left again. Eyes in a big, slow circle all the way around. Good. Slowly, don't miss any point of the compass. Yeah, slowly. Disrespected. Keep going around, all the way around. Disrespected. Disrespected. Maybe I should just follow my finger. It makes it easier to cover all the points. Just watch my finger. Disrespected. Disrespected. Withdrawing into myself. Not even trying to talk anymore. Don't even try. Just withdraw into myself. Withdraw into silence. And I love and accept myself. Respect myself. Don't respect myself. People disrespect me. I disrespect me. The world disrespects me. Disrespecting me. Love and acceptance. Speaking. Being heard. Not being heard. Never being heard. Always being heard. People hear me. People accept me. People listen to me. People don't listen to me. I don't listen to me. I don't respect me. People. Me. Being heard. Not being heard. Never being heard. Always being heard. Disrespect. No disrespect. Acceptance. Self-acceptance. Okay, take a breath. Go ahead and hum a few bars of any tune you like. Good, then count from 1 to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I still tapping?
Yeah, still tapping over here. Then hum again. Good. Take another breath. Now just tune back into your body and see how you feel now, thinking about those times you were not heard, disrespected. What number are you thinking about those times right now?
Maybe like a 6.
6, okay. And was there a recent time when you really felt disrespected when this happened? Time recently when somebody did something or did listen in a way that stands out to you?
Did or did not?
Yeah, did listen to you
Didn't
recently.
listen.
An event that had a start, middle, and end, maybe it lasted a few minutes, and you then withdrew in response.
Well, it's an event that kind of happened about a couple months ago.
Okay, good. And no need to mention names, but just give us a sense of what happened in the event.
It was 3 of us in a room talking, and I jumped in to say something, and within seconds they were talking over me, and I tried to jump in again, and they were ignoring me. And then maybe I walked away. I was pretty upset, and I just started doing my own thing, started taking things out of boxes and just doing my own thing, listening but not really adding any input. And then I remember I came back to speak, and again the same thing happened, and I was the two
tap on your body chocolate as you're saying that.
The 2 people just started speaking over me, and it was in a totally other direction, and they didn't wait to hear what I had to say, and again I walked away. And they tried to pull me back, and I just didn't want any part of it, and I was so angry and upset that I just walked away again and went upstairs and was just really frustrated.
If you were to, you have the whole event in your mind vividly, if you were to pick one piece of that event to work on, one single chunk, where you had a lot of emotional intensity around that piece of the event, what aspect would that be?
I actually said something that I hate being told. I said, "Shut up," which I would instantly get upset if somebody said that to me.
So when you said "shut up" to them,
I felt really terrible.
felt really terrible, yeah.
And then I instantly withdrew and realized that I wasn't going to win that way either.
So are you still 6 when you think about saying "shut up" to them? Or are you a higher number or lower number?
Maybe an 8.
An 8, okay. Okay, so even though I said "shut up" to them,
Even though I said shut up to them,
I felt really terrible,
and I felt really terrible,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I said "shut up" to them,
Even though I said shut up to them,
and I knew I wasn't going to win that way,
and I knew I wasn't going to win that way,
I still accept myself.
I still accept myself.
I said "shut up" to them.
I said shut up to them.
I'm not going to win that way.
I'm not going to win that way.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
It's curious, what is the number right now as you're tapping?
5 or
Take some deep breaths. So it looked like it was maybe going down.
yeah, it's like a 4 or 5.
4 or 5, yeah.
Maybe not even.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably lower than that. I don't really feel that intensity anymore.
Yeah. So then you get about saying "shut up" to them. Maybe you could say "shut up" out loud.
Shut up. I said it much louder than that.
Well, show us how much louder. Give it all you got.
Shut up. He was much louder than that.
So what number are you right now?
Maybe a 2.
Maybe a 2, okay. Okay, so just again, that same emotional crescendo, that emotional peak, even though I said shut up to them,
Even though I said shut up to them,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I didn't get what I wanted,
Even though I didn't get what I wanted,
that didn't work,
that didn't work.
I knew it wouldn't work,
I knew it wouldn't work.
I deeply accept myself.
I deeply accept myself.
When I'm not heard,
When I'm not heard,
when people talk over me,
when people talk over me,
when they talk over me,
when they talk over me,
when they interrupt me,
when they interrupt me,
I still accept myself.
I still accept myself.
That's the way I am.
That's the way I am.
I might never change,
I might never change,
but I accept that.
and I accept that.
My life might always look like this.
My life might always look like this.
My life might change.
My life might change.
I accept myself either way.
I accept myself either way.
Totally accept myself.
Totally accept myself.
Totally accept myself.
Totally accept myself.
Good. So, what's your number now around saying shut up to them?
0.
No number. Yeah, so this is the way you just work through it in an event, you know. And you've also done a ton of processing. You've done a ton of breathing, letting tension out of your shoulders, your back. So in all those ways, you're releasing the emotional intensity. And I'm doing really simple EFT with her. I think of 10 advanced techniques I would use in a session. But I'm really just keeping it simple, repeating her exact words, using them in a setup statement, just tapping through all the points, doing continuous tapping. When she had overwhelming intensity, we just kept tapping, let her cry. Didn't try and calm her down or take her away from it. In fact, I then had her try to remember it even more vividly. So you get to the point where you're not afraid of large amounts of emotion. It's okay that people have big emotion, process it, they start to get through it, then you maybe evoke it later, see if they have more there that they can clear. So this stuff really works. So how was it for you? What was going on with you besides the obvious?
I was just remembering a time that my mother told me to shut up, and how hurt I felt, and we were having a disagreement, and she just said, "Shut up and go to your room." And I just remember just not even feeling like a person, like an equal person with something to share. And I wasn't trying to fight with her. I was just trying to share my perspective, and she was too angry to talk to me or hear me. And she told me to shut up. Yeah, a lot of these events keep going back to that, and yes. I know that. And I've forgiven my mother, but I've somehow just internalized it.
Yes. And the adult events remind you of those childhood events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It always goes back to that. Always. That same moment.
Yeah.
Every time. And not even just saying shut up, but just not being heard.
Yes. Yeah. Because they all have a similar pattern.
Yeah.
So your brain associates one with the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, on your childhood event, what's your number?
I don't feel it that intensely right now.
Right, I should do that as well. Yeah.
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 I'm not coming up with a high number right now. I don't feel like it bothers me right now.
And even if it doesn't bother you right now, the chances are you had lots of events when teachers didn't listen to you, friends at school didn't listen to you, people in social situations didn't listen to you. And so if you think about those over time, over the next few weeks, just tap on them, I'm sure you'll have a big, big shift around your whole pattern as an adult.
Yeah. Even now when somebody interrupts me, I just, I don't even know.
So if we ever have a hard time getting a number, we'll have to come up to you. Thank you so much for working on this, all of us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'm sure we all got a lot of empathetic resonance from watching her work on this, because when we're children, we don't get heard. Adults talk over us. There's the adult important stuff going on. As a child, I'm trying to say, hey, my cat's nose is on fire, and no one is saying, oh, go put it out. So no one's really listening to what you're saying, and kids aren't taken very seriously. Also, the adults are way out there. There's a huge just physical difference in height between a child and an adult. So the child's trying to gain the attention of somebody a long way away, and that person isn't paying much attention to them. So the adults always treat their own conversations as being important, and the children's conversations, what they have to contribute to the conversation, as being much less important. And so you get this message day after day for years: I'm not important, my needs don't matter, what I have to say doesn't get heard. No matter how hard I try, I'm trying, and it still isn't working. So what do? I just shut down, quit, withdraw, go to the corner, play with my blocks, because it's futile. I'm trying to get my needs met, trying to be heard, and no matter how hard I try, nobody cares. So we then wind up being adults, trying to get heard by our spouses and by our colleagues and by people around us, and not getting heard. We have these lifelong patterns, and these become embedded in the way we see the world, and we then carry them forward in all our relationships. So people do hear us. We don't fully heard sometimes. So this is a really worth looking at in your own life. Where is it I don't feel heard? Where am I not hearing myself? Where am I withdrawing and defeating myself? Rather than waiting for someone to defeat me out there, I'll just defeat myself inside here by withdrawing. I won't even try. So often that's our strategy. I'll be safe. I don't even bother trying to connect with the other person. So notice those patterns in yourself. Tap on them. Find the events. You'll find yourself and share these stuff. Thank you so much, Jack.
Thank you.